dissolve. So I use it with the yeast in first.
Oh, I did 2 tablespoons.
Just use that spoon.
Just stir this up.
Yeah, I can't get that.
And then we're gonna let these start. They have to totally dissolve, the yeast has to, and the sugar helps activate that yeast. So
you did warm water, not boiling.
right.
And then the yeast and the sugar.
And so that's another problem was, in a minute you may go and you just set it aside.
No, I can do it. I mean, it's fine. I just didn't want to get in your way.
Okay, yeah, be sure that you put all your yeast back in there and we'll stir it again. But what is gonna happen, it's gonna activate that yeast and it's gonna start bubbling.
You were doing good, Taylor.
So that's,
You are doing good.
I'm not stealing my yeast.
so you see what I do when I'm making bread. I do this and then go on and off and start measuring my flour and sifting it or whatever. Okay,
Are those ready?
okay, those are ready. The sugar and 2 tablespoons of the yeast. There's one already in there. And then a fourth of a cup of sugar.
Is yeast or why this kind over another kind?
Yeast is yeast.
Okay.
You know, it's like sugar. I don't know exactly. It's some kind of a, what is it? It's a live
It's a live culture of some
culture.
sort.
That's the word I was looking for.
And some of them are frozen, aren't they? Can you get frozen as well as
But why did you pick that yeast over another kind?
Just because
It was
It's a
there.
family favorite.
it's a, you just,
Do you always use that kind? Okay.
as the brand is the only thing that makes, you know, it doesn't make any difference what brand it is. I bake so much that I get 2-pound bags like that at Sam's. And they'll last until 2016. But I go through about one of those a year probably. So then I just keep the other one in the refrigerator and don't open the second one. But what I do is I open it and put it in a jar in the refrigerator and then last. Just keep it cool and dry. Okay, see, that's what we're going to do. So you
Should I just set this somewhere?
why don't you go ahead and set it over here and we'll start with it as soon as everybody gets this process.
Okay, so these clumps are all right as long as it's in
Yeah, because
water.
they'll go ahead and dissolve. The guy, everybody needed a spoon for that. But as I was telling them a while ago,
There we
the
go.
biggest
You get
thing
some of my
with making bread is
How much
don't
sugar
get
do you
too
put?
much flour in it. And it makes it heavy and not as light. But you'll feel that texture, and that's what you've got to just practice until you get that feel. And sometimes I'm still not there, so I'll just walk away and grease my container that I'm going to put it in, put it around doing something else, no more than a minute, and then go back and do it some more. And then sometimes that second time it'll just mellow out and you'll feel. It's, I'm trying to think in comparison of what it feels like. Almost like a Play-Doh, you know, it's a good texture of Play-Doh that it'll just move in your hands and not feel hard. Okay, okay, y'all can set yours aside. And we'll start. Okay, I'm not used to this. All right, you want to do? Oh, you were the one that was wanting to get to the game.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, but apparently we can't get to CBS, so I'm not gonna be able to watch.
Okay, well, we'll start. Go ahead with Taylor then. Here's the recipe, but I'm just for convenience. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. You start off with the yeast, and you put your sugar in there, and your water. So.
Do I need a teaspoon of salt?
Yeah. Oh, I know what we need to do.
Do we need to serve this in real salt?
We just need to make sure it's all good and dissolved. They were talking about sifting flour. To tell you the truth, the only time I sift flour is when I buy the big 20-pound at Sam's, which is what I usually do. But these, I don't agree with. So we're not gonna, y'all know what I said. So we're not gonna go that process. We're just going to, dip out of these. Okay,
This is what we're doing.
we're gonna put the 2 eggs.
Go ahead.
I tell you what, to speed things,
Kind of mix them in a bowl for you.
we need more bowls. Yes, we need to, in case the egg is bad. Is there bowls in here? See, I
I don't think so. You didn't know who else
Here, put
I
it
might
in
have
here.
to put this over here.
Okay. If you want to, Brian, why don't you go ahead and start measuring out. I thought I had the third cut up here somewhere.
There's 1 cup.
Maybe it's over here. I thought I had the third cut measured.
Is it in the sugar?
No, that's
Those
a
four.
quarter. Here's the second one.
Okay.
We can't go get one.
I tell you what, you know what, I know what a third is by just looking at it. And you will too one of these days. So I'm gonna just do it with her to save us some time. This is about the third cup of shortening.
Okay, I can go ahead and put 2 eggs in there.
Yes. Let's see, what I'm doing.
Oh,
Here, goodness cup. Goodness cup. We just wanna make sure that the eggs are good.
there are no chickens in there?
No chickens. Or worse. I read an article this week that I thought on Facebook that I thought was extremely interesting. Back in the day of our grandmothers and probably great-great-grandmothers where they didn't have refrigeration, they took their eggs and put them and coated them with a product and then put it, and seal the outside, and you can do it with mineral oil.
Now need salt, right? A teaspoon
A
of salt?
teaspoon of salt. They didn't bring our salt back.
Probably not.
But I thought that was interesting. They could go, they
Get 'em,
would
Dion.
save their eggs during the summertime when the hens were laying.
And put mineral oil.
Put mineral oil or this other product, and I've forgotten what it was. But it's the main thing is to seal that off, and you
Does
don't
it keep the
dare.
oxygen from getting into
Yes,
it?
and you don't wash them because when they lay those eggs, there's a protective coating on there, and you want to leave it on there.
Really?
They put the mineral oil over it, and then it helps to preserve it. So you can do that yourself if you wanted, or you can just refrigerate them. If they said even refrigerating.
If you do that on top of that, it makes
It
it
would
last
then
longer.
last for months. Wow, isn't that interesting?
Thank you, Dion.
Okay, we've got our salt, Crisco, eggs. Okay, we've got everything but the flour. Okay, where's the other cup maybe here? Right.
We want to move this over here?
Oh, I don't need that. See, flour.
You may want it.
Yeah, I got it.
Now, when you start making it yourself.
I thought I took it all out there, Gerald. I took all of that.
And it just makes it easier, that way you don't lose count.
They may have eaten it all up, Gerald.
There's those rolls right now.
We want to put that in a bowl?
Yeah.
We're just gonna put it straight in the mixer.
I have a loaf of gluten-free bread in the
6?
I don't know where this came from.
But we're gonna go,
Were those from
okay,
last
since
night?
you're using.
Oh,
Yeah.
we need to stir it first?
We'll just say it
Sure
there.
that it's all,
Okay, look here.
where's our,
Right here.
okay, here we got it. Just be sure when you transfer it in here. I usually do that in the
Hi,
mixing
Katrina.
bowl. Just save your bowl to make sure yeast, just go ahead and put it in your mixing
And just
bowl.
let it sit.
Yeah.
And stainless
Okay.
colored glass doesn't really matter.
No. Okay, I just go ahead and dump the first one in.
Okay.
New one out there.
Take it up.
Yeah, I forgot, that's how this goes.
I didn't know they raised up like that.
Now, why does it say 5 to 6? Because of the consistency?
Exactly. Now, if you sifted it all the time, you could probably pretty much depend on it. But sometimes your eggs are bigger, which will make you can, this is 3.
Bread and
I took it all out.
Okay, well, now, if.
We can't find any anyway.
Using this much,
Yeah.
okay, it's not
Tell me that, get it on the sides?
There's some heels. That's it.
Oh, it's a little tall.
Well, I took all of it out there. If they've already used it,
We only bought 3 loaves of bread.
that doesn't sound right.
I wouldn't beat it a long time. Just get your flour in there as soon as you can. Because the more you knead and work your flour,
The more air you can get out of it.
well, it's not the air, it does something to the flour and builds up the loaves and the whatever. It's just not good. So if you were making loaves of bread, you do it longer because it gives it more strength to hold together when it makes